So hello my friends, good morning, and it is a very snowy Sunday morning, and I've actually been a little bit anxious about my camera that I've left out in this weather. I'm fully expecting that the battery's died and the camera has frozen up and it's all covered in snow and it will have recorded absolutely nothing. But it would be fantastic if it had recorded something, wouldn't it? I shall have a think as well about whether I'm going to leave it out tonight when the temperature is due to drop to -16. I'm a little bit worried that all the internals and everything would freeze altogether and maybe damage the camera. So I shall have to think carefully about that one. But we shall see. I'm on my way down there now, so I shall catch up with you when I'm there. The one thing that should be easier because of the snowfall is actually spotting animal tracks. So I should be able to actually quite easily see if any animals have been around. Oh boy, it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so the camera's still there. You can see it all covered in snow, and the flashes too. Let's check on this, on the trail cam that I set up overlooking the whole scene. Have a look at that one first and see if it recorded anything. I can see no animal tracks at all in the snow here, and the canal hasn't frozen over. So let's just check this one out. Looks like he's wearing a hat. The batteries are still fine on it. And it's recorded on the Friday night. I think there's a couple of shots there with a badger. Could be something else. It was quite far off in the frame for me to tell exactly what it was. On last night, the snowy night, I think it was just the snow that triggered it. So it's recorded one night scene of snow. That I can't tell if there's anything on it, so I'm guessing it was just the snow that set it off. And here at the camera trap, you can see it's all covered in snow. The other trail cam over there, also covered in snow. And I'm guessing the other one, yeah, I can see it over the bushes there, also covered in snow. So let me just, I'll just put this stuff down and I'll wade into the water to see what's happened. So bear with me. incredibly enough, the batteries have survived. It didn't record anything at all overnight, but it did record this morning some ducks on the pond, on the canal here. And the flashes are firing too still, which is incredible. So I'm thinking what I might do is just swap out the batteries on the flash heads, because those are the weakest link, and leave it out for tonight as well and see what happens. It's all working absolutely fine. I just want to see what's been recorded on this camera as well, on the Trailcam, to see if anything did come, but because the sensor was covered or malfunctioned or whatever, it might not have recorded it. So I just want to check the Trailcams as well, and then I'll switch out the batteries. Thought something, and it looks like a jackal did come along, but that thing hasn't triggered. Probably because I set the sensitivity of the trigger too low, because I was scared with the wind yesterday and also with the predicted snowfall that it would just be triggering with the snow and the branches moving. So I'm going to increase the sensitivity tonight, and hopefully it'll catch something. Let me just check on the other one as well. So that's all firing nicely. And I should leave it for one more night. Moment of truth. Now, being accompanied by the this stray dog that lives down by the harbour. It's what happens when you feed them, they follow you everywhere. So what I thought I would do is the camera looks like it's still there, and I thought I'd check on this trail camera first. So let me just set up here a second, because I've got my hands full. So this is the camera that's got the overall view of the meadow, and it's absolutely frozen solid. The badger, or whatever it was, I think, that I recorded on the Friday night when it hadn't snowed yet. You can see the actual camera itself was frozen solid. And let's get over to the other cameras and the DSLR as well. There's a few prints around, tracks, but that could well be the dogs again. Okay, let me set this camera up so that you can have a view of me recovering my gear. The ice here is almost strong enough to hold me. Let's take a look at this camera. Amazingly, it's still firing. So, okay, let me put this camera down and I'll recover it. So this one is absolutely frozen solid. The lens is clean though. I think so. I'll have to wait until that defrosts. So I'll get everything back to the car and let it defrost and have a look then. So I shall catch up with you in a while once everything is unfrozen. See you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back in the warmth of my room at the hotel. And I've downloaded all the footage from the trail cameras and the DSLR. The trail camera that was at the top of the meadow recorded a badger and a fox twice. The trail cameras to the left and the right of the main cam of the DSLR recorded comings and goings of fox, a couple of recordings of a jackal that was very tentative this time. He came out to the platform, didn't cross, had a sniff around the air, and then turned back again. And then also a wild boar coming in a different direction this time, from the location of one of the cameras, the trail cameras, which recorded it really well. And then it came through right in front of the DSLR, which snapped a great shot of it, and then it carried on going. The DSLR itself only triggered a couple of times. Once for the wild boar, and again it only got a single shot of that, and I don't know quite what's going on with the setup, because I've got it set to trigger, it does 3 bursts of 5 shots, supposedly. And it only recorded one picture, and it happened to get the boar on that one shot just coming into frame. And then it's got the tail end of a fox running away across the platform. So I don't know why it's not triggering. I'll break it all down again once it's acclimated to the warmth here, because bringing it in from the cold, all this equipment has a bit of condensation on it, so I don't want to damage it. So I'll let it dry out, recharge all the batteries. I'm going to reset it up in here and make sure all the settings are working, and then I'm going to put it back out in the field for the next few nights and see if I get lucky this time. I don't know if it was the cold or with the changes in temperature that it wasn't working, I'm not sure. Still, I got a decent shot of the wild boar, which I'm happy with, and hopefully in the next few nights we'll get some fox and jackal as well, and maybe even badger. So yeah, stay tuned and hopefully there'll be more. See you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back at the canal, and here we go again. Slightly different setup this time. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this time we'll be lucky. this time I think I might have dialed it in a little bit better than the previous time. So what we have, I'll show you, is this is the log from the fox's perspective, and the camera is just there, first flash plus the trigger just there, and then to the right is the other flash just there, and the Trailcam, and then over to the left here in the bushes just there, also another Trailcam. So this time hopefully it'll all go to plan. Foxy or Jackal will run across, dive across, whatever, and I shall get my picture. With any luck, we shall see. So fingers crossed, I'll come back in a couple of days, and hopefully my kit will still be in one piece, and we'll see what we got, if anything. So I shall catch up with you again in a few days. Bye for now. So hello again, good morning. It's the day 3 that I've left the camera out in freezing conditions, and I went and recovered it. I thought I'd spare you watching all the b-roll of me wading into the water. And I had a quick look on the back of the camera, and it seems that I got hundreds of shots of a pack of stray dogs, which kept setting the camera off, and I think they drained the batteries on the flash. The only picture of wild animal that I did see was a wildcat, but I'll have a more careful look through the other ones when I get back. And yeah, so it goes to show you that the trail cams were out on their own for a few nights, and they picked up so many different animals. And as soon as I put the DSLR out, nothing to be seen. But that's the way it goes. So anyway, I'll be back in a couple of weeks from my shoot, and I shall try again. So in the meantime, thank you so much for watching and following along, and hopefully in a couple of weeks I shall see you.